Listen closely, because this will completely change how you see women. When a woman secretly loves you, she won't say it. Not with words. She'll show it through actions, through silence, small gestures, and timing that seems too perfect to be random. Most men miss it. They wait for big declarations, for clear signs. But real love doesn't work that way. It hides in her patterns, in how often she appears near you, in what she remembers, in the way she acts when no one's watching. People don't reveal their truth in what they say deliberately, but in what they repeat without thinking. A woman in love shows it in her actions, not her talk. She's not afraid to love. She's afraid to be seen. So she hides her heart behind small, deliberate moves. In this video, I'll show you the 7 hidden signs that reveal when a woman secretly loves you, the quiet signals most men never notice. And the last one? It's the trickiest. It looks like she's losing interest, but it's actually the moment she's falling hardest. Stay until the end, because after this, you'll never misread a woman's silence again. Here's the first sign. You must absolutely notice when she positions herself in your orbit. A woman who secretly loves you rarely says it. Instead, she engineers situations where you find her, as if fate was pulling you together. But fate has nothing to do with it. It's strategy, masked as coincidence. She'll walk by your desk just as you're leaving. She'll show up at a cafe you mentioned once. She'll happen to be free when you are. Each of these moments looks innocent, but they're not random. They're tactical. Machiavelli would have whispered to you, those who desire influence never approach directly. They create encounters that look natural but are designed. That's exactly what she does. Her emotions turn her into a strategist. Her goal? To make her presence feel inevitable. To train your mind to associate her with comfort, familiarity, and warmth, until you stop questioning why she's always around. There's a simple test for this. Watch what she repeats. Not once, not twice, but constantly. Real interest leaves a trail of patterns, unplanned, yet deliberate. When she changes her route to cross yours, lingers in rooms where you are, or invents excuses to ask for small favors, she's already made her choice. And here's the Machiavellian truth most men miss. When someone repeatedly invests their time in you, they're revealing their priority. If she keeps showing up, she's not testing curiosity. She's guarding her access. So don't be fooled by her casual tone. Every "oh, I didn't know you'd be here" is a chess move, one that places her closer to your world piece by piece. When a woman quietly orbits your life, it's not because she's lost. It's because she's already found where she wants to belong. Here's the second sign. You must absolutely notice what her mind holds onto and what it lets slip away. When a woman secretly loves you, her memory becomes selective. It filters the world, keeping only what's tied to you. She'll remember the way you like your coffee, the song you once mentioned during a late-night talk, the exact day you said you were exhausted from work. But she'll forget birthdays, names, and details from conversations with everyone else. That's not coincidence. That's emotional gravity. Her brain, driven by attachment, has reprogrammed itself around you. The human mind always prioritizes what feels important, and when she loves you in silence, you become her point of reference. Every word you speak becomes a data point she subconsciously stores. Every gesture you make, every mood you display, it's all noted, analyzed, and remembered. Think about it. When something matters to you deeply, you don't have to try to remember it. You just do. That's what happens inside her mind. You've become the constant variable in her emotional equation, the one detail she never allows to fade. This selective memory reveals something powerful about her psychology. She's not trying to impress you by remembering. She's protecting a connection that already exists. By recalling what you said, she reinforces her emotional bond with you, confirming to herself that you matter. It's not just memory. It's attachment disguised as awareness. Machiavelli would have warned you, the heart reveals its loyalties through attention. When her focus sharpens only when it comes to you, when she can quote your words weeks later, when she remembers moments you've already forgotten. Understand this. She's no longer an observer in your life. She's emotionally invested, so don't underestimate it. When she remembers your smallest details and repeats them softly in passing, she's not being polite. She's unconsciously saying, I've been paying attention because you've become the story I want to keep. Here's the third sign. You must absolutely learn to recognize jealousy, not the loud kind, but the one she tries to hide. When a woman secretly loves you, she won't start arguments or make scenes. Her pride won't allow it. But inside, every time another woman's name leaves your lips, something shifts. Her eyes harden just a bit. Her voice loses its warmth. Her laughter sounds slightly forced. These are the micro-signals most men miss, and they're her unspoken confession. She won't ask directly, "Do you like her?" Instead, she'll disguise her curiosity in innocent questions. "Oh, you went out this weekend? With who?" Or she'll joke, "You always have new friends lately," with a smile that doesn't reach her eyes. Machiavelli knew that people's true emotions are revealed when they try hardest to conceal them. Her quiet jealousy is not a flaw. It's proof of emotional ownership. She feels something worth protecting, even if she'll never admit it aloud. You'll notice she changes subjects when another woman's name appears. She'll tease you about your type, or subtly minimize the other woman with humor. Oh, her? She doesn't seem like your usual style. Every word is a mask. Every silence a storm she refuses to let escape. But here's where it gets deeper. Her jealousy isn't always negative. In fact, it's a form of involuntary respect. She doesn't lash out because she knows it would expose her feelings. Instead, she withdraws slightly, a self-protective retreat that says, "You matter enough to hurt me, and I wish you didn't." You'll see it in her energy. One day, she's playful. The next, distant. Not because she stopped caring, but because she cares too much and is fighting to regain control. Most men mistake this for disinterest and chase harder, making the tension worse. The wise man doesn't do that. He observes quietly, stays grounded, and lets her emotion do the work. Because the moment she realizes you noticed her subtle jealousy, without judgment or mockery, she feels seen. And feeling seen by a man she secretly loves is intoxicating. So the next time her tone sharpens when you mention another woman, don't overanalyze. Just understand. That flicker of jealousy isn't insecurity. It's the truth breaking through her restraint. She's already emotionally attached. She just hasn't found the courage to name it yet. Here's the fourth sign. You must absolutely pay attention to how she breaks the barrier of touch. Because when a woman secretly loves you, her body starts speaking before her mouth ever does. She won't tell you outright that she wants you close. She'll show it through small, deliberate moments that seem casual to the untrained eye. She'll brush invisible dust off your shirt. She'll playfully tap your arm during a joke. She'll fix your collar, your tie, or adjust something that didn't really need adjusting. Each of these gestures is a message, a confession disguised as an accident. These moments might seem innocent, but they're not. They are micro attempts to feel your presence, to confirm that the chemistry she feels in her mind exists in reality. Women who feel nothing for you don't invade your personal space. They keep their distance. But when she's emotionally drawn to you, her body betrays her restraint. It leans in. You'll notice patterns. Every time she laughs, her hand finds your shoulder. When you speak, she subtly orients her body toward you. When you walk side by side, her hand brushes yours by mistake. These are not coincidences. They are the body's rebellion against the mind's fear of exposure. Machiavelli would have whispered this to you. What the tongue hides, the body reveals. And that's exactly what's happening here. Her body is confessing long before her words ever dare to. She's testing the energy between you, reading how you respond, because touch is risk. And in her eyes, that risk must be justified. So here's what most men get wrong. They either ignore it, thinking it means nothing, or they overreact and rush the moment, breaking the tension too soon. The first mistake makes you oblivious. The second makes you predictable. The smart move is to acknowledge without exaggeration. Hold eye contact when she touches you, but don't comment on it. Let the silence amplify the meaning. Because when she touches you and you stay composed, you send a quiet message of your own. You're not a boy craving validation. You're a man who already knows the effect he has. And that, brother, changes everything. Because once she realizes her small touches don't throw you off balance, she'll start craving that balance even more. She'll want to be near you again, not for comfort, but for that subtle charge she can't get anywhere else. So remember, every accidental touch is a question, and the way you answer, with calm, grounded energy, determines how deeply she'll fall. Here's the fifth sign. You must absolutely learn to notice how her entire energy changes around you, because when a woman secretly loves you, her emotions start orbiting your presence. When she's with other people, she might be calm, controlled, maybe even detached. But when you walk into the room, something shifts. Her tone softens, her posture changes, her laughter becomes brighter. Or sometimes, she gets quieter, more nervous, suddenly unsure of what to do with her hands. Either way, you affect her emotional rhythm. You disturb her balance in the best possible way. She'll start mirroring you unconsciously. When you lean in, she does too. When you slow your tone, she follows. And when you smile, she can't help but respond. This is not mimicry. It's emotional synchronization, a phenomenon that happens when someone feels a genuine connection but is afraid to reveal it directly. You'll notice, too, that she's more reactive to you than to anyone else. A small compliment from you can brighten her entire day. A delayed reply from you can deflate her mood. That's not coincidence. That's attachment. Her emotions have started to take cues from your behavior, even if she doesn't realize it. Machiavelli would have advised you, never ignore the subtle ways power transfers from one heart to another, because emotion follows influence. And that's what's happening here. Without saying a word, you've become the emotional center of her world. She checks your mood to understand her own. She interprets your silences, your looks, your gestures, because they all hold weight for her. Most men miss this because they're too focused on words. But the truth is, emotion speaks long before language does. You'll feel it in the air. That quiet tension, that spark that makes everything else in the room fade for a second. Don't force it. Don't rush it. Simply observe. Because when her energy starts to orbit yours, it's no longer about attraction. It's about emotional gravity. And once that gravity takes hold, she's already chasing you, even if she hasn't moved yet. Here's the sixth sign. You must absolutely pay attention to how she defends you, quietly, naturally, without even realizing it. When a woman secretly loves you, she becomes protective in ways she can't explain. If someone criticizes you, she'll instantly find a reason to soften the judgment. If people mock you, she'll redirect the topic or joke it off. If someone underestimates you, she'll add, "He's actually really good at what he does," almost like a reflex. That's not friendship. That's emotional loyalty trying to stay hidden. Even when you're not around, she might speak well of you. A mutual friend tells a story about you, and her tone changes. Softer, more respectful, almost proud. It's subtle, but it reveals everything. You've already become someone she wants to protect, someone she instinctively sees as hers, even if she'll never admit it out loud. You'll also notice that she gives you the benefit of the doubt more than others. If you make a mistake, she excuses it. If someone misinterprets something you said, She explains your intentions. That's the kind of defense that doesn't come from logic. It comes from care. Machiavelli would have advised you, watch not how people act in your presence, but how they defend you in your absence, because that's where loyalty hides. And here's where it becomes even more powerful. This protective instinct often shows up mixed with subtle jealousy. She'll criticize the women who don't get you, but deep down, she's defending her emotional territory. She wants to make sure no one else gets to see the version of you she adores. But the strongest form of this defense happens in silence. When others talk about you and she simply withdraws, her silence is not disinterest. It's restraint. She's holding back the urge to correct, to clarify, to protect. Her silence is the sound of her feelings trying not to betray her. So pay attention. A woman who secretly loves you might not say, "I like him," but she will show it when she shields you, even subtly, from judgment or harm. Because in her mind, you've already crossed from acquaintance to someone worth protecting. And once she begins to guard your name, even quietly, it means one thing. She's already guarding her heart. Here's the seventh and final sign. You must absolutely recognize when her silence isn't rejection, but protection. Right before a woman reveals how she truly feels, she often retreats. She'll text less, become distant, seem colder. Most men panic here. They assume she's lost interest. But what's really happening is something far more complex. She's fighting herself. Her emotions have grown too strong, and her instincts are trying to pull her back to safety. It's a paradox of the heart. The closer she gets to revealing her feelings, the more she fears losing control. So she withdraws, not because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much. It's a last defense before surrender. You'll see it in small shifts. Her tone changes. Her replies slow down. She starts saying she's busy, even when you know she's not. Yet her eyes, her body language, her micro-reactions, they all betray her truth. She's not detached. She's overwhelmed. Machiavelli would have warned you, when emotion grows too powerful, strategy takes over. And this is her strategy, a retreat meant to preserve her composure while she decides whether to risk her heart. So don't chase her when this happens. Don't question. Don't overanalyze. Don't beg for clarity. Stay calm. Stay grounded. Let the silence breathe. Because the man who reacts loses control, but the man who waits becomes unforgettable. When she sees that her distance doesn't shake you, she'll feel safe enough to return, not out of guilt, but out of desire. Because nothing pulls a woman back faster than realizing the man she almost lost never tried to chase. He simply stayed where she left him, unbothered, unshaken, and still a mystery. Once you understand these 7 hidden signs, everything about women starts to make sense. You realize love isn't always spoken. It's shown in actions, pauses, and quiet decisions that most men never notice. She won't confess with words. She'll reveal it through presence. The way she stays close, remembers small details, defends you, or pulls away when her feelings grow too strong. It's all part of her emotional strategy. The smartest moves are made in silence. And that's exactly how women love. Strategically, subtly, without exposing too much too soon. So don't look for big declarations. Watch her behavior. Notice the small sacrifices, the quiet loyalty, the protective instinct. Those are her real confessions. When you can read those signs, you stop chasing clarity, because you already see the truth. You understand her game, her fear, her desire. And that's when the balance shifts. You're no longer waiting to be chosen. You've already been chosen. If this opened your eyes and you're serious about becoming the man who's in full control of his life, my book is now available. The Undeniable Man, Built to be Chosen. It's a strategic guide for men who want to attract, lead, and dominate in their love life and beyond. Whether you're single or in a relationship, no fluff, no tricks, just pure, powerful strategy that will set you apart from 99% of men, and that you will actually use every day. The link is in the description. And if this video spoke to you, don't just keep your thoughts in your head. Write a comment, even just a few words. It helps you remember these lessons, and it might help someone else too. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this content, and share it with someone who, in your eyes, needs it right now. Just trust your instinct. We're all trying to get clearer, more solid inside. So let's build minds that don't break.